Level 7, 2, he is a powerful telekinetic subject at Hawkins Lab, but he sits at the top of this list due to his limited range of abilities and a critical vulnerability. His core power is telekinetic strength. This is the ability to move and manipulate objects and people using only the mind. He possesses a great deal of this raw, psychic force, demonstrated when he nearly defeats a younger 11 in Dr. Brenner's sparring contest. We must understand this power through the chilling truth of that confrontation. Imagine the cold, sterile sparring room. A very young 11 strains, her nose bleeding, facing the raw, psychic assault of 2. He isn't moving objects, he's moving her, pinning her against a wall with invisible force. His expression a mask of pure, psychopathic glee. The force is so immense it crumbles the concrete behind her head. It takes the full, calm command of Dr. Brenner to stop the attack before 11 is fatally crushed, showing the terrifying, yet undisciplined magnitude of his telekinesis. His strength is fueled and channeled by intense negative emotions, specifically his anger and psychopathic tendencies. Unlike other test subjects who struggle to tap into their powers, 2's inherent cruelty makes his abilities readily accessible. However, his power is fundamentally one-dimensional. It is a brute force application of telekinesis. More importantly, 2 is shown to be susceptible to the technology used by the lab. A simple shock collar affixed by Dr. Brenner can subdue him and disable his ability to use his power, illustrating a complete reliance on his physical body and a major weakness against external control. Level 6, Kali Prasad, 8. Kali, or 8, possesses the unique and specialized ability of mental domination, which allows her to create powerful, convincing illusions. These are not merely visual tricks. The illusions she projects can be both seen and felt in the minds of her targets, creating a comprehensive sensory deception. This is a highly effective defensive and evasive power. To truly understand this hidden code of deception, consider the dramatic sequence where she escapes law enforcement. We see her employ her power to evade law enforcement by projecting the illusion of a collapsed bridge or rendering her entire group invisible to pursuing officers by creating the illusion of an empty room. Imagine the police cars in full pursuit. The officers see not an empty street, but a chasm, a gaping, impossible fissure in the highway where their target's van just passed. They slam on the brakes, feeling the lurch of the stop, smelling the burnt rubber, and staring in genuine terror at a collapse that never happened. It's an immediate, paralyzing sensory lie that gives Kali all the time she needs to vanish. Kali's power is less about brute force and more about psychological warfare and control. She attempts to teach 11 to better harness her own strength by connecting with her past traumas and channeling them into focus, demonstrating an advanced understanding of psychic ability manipulation. Her weakness lies in the fact that her power is dedicated to deception and mind control rather than direct combat or mass destruction, making her less of a threat in a raw physical confrontation than the entities above her. Level 5, the Demogorgon. A dangerous predator and a foot soldier in the Mind Flayer's army. Demogorgon's primary abilities revolve around enhanced physical traits and dimensional access. It is a bipedal creature with enhanced strength and regenerative properties, capable of inflicting lethal physical damage. Its distinctive flower-like face opens to reveal a set of razor-sharp teeth. The creature uses mild telekinesis to drag victims into the Upside Down and possesses a heightened sensitivity to blood which it uses to hunt. Crucially, the Demogorgon is an interdimensional being, capable of forcing its way through the dimensional barrier to hunt. The moment it hunts, the very air around it begins to vibrate. Lights flicker wildly, the electricity screaming as the walls of our dimension begin to thin. Then, in a terrifying flash of light and raw energy, a temporary hole is ripped open, an impossible door leading to a nightmare reality. The creature doesn't use keys or hands. It uses its very presence to violate the barrier between worlds, making it a ghost capable of becoming flesh. This ability makes it difficult to contain. However, as an organism bound by the laws of physics, its weaknesses are significant. It is repelled by fire and can be killed with conventional methods, as demonstrated when Hopper decapitates a captive Demogorgon in Russia with a sword. Level 4, Billy. Billy Hargrove, specifically after his possession, rises significantly in power by becoming one of the Flayed. His power is derived from the Mind Flayer, which grants him superhuman strength and durability. As a vessel for the Mind Flayer, Billy gains access to its hive mind, turning him from a human villain into a supernatural threat. This possession gives him enhancements that make him nearly as powerful as Eleven in a physical sense. He exhibits an ability to counteract Eleven's own remote viewing, finding her while she attempts to locate him psychically. His vulnerability remains heat and, more importantly, a fragment of his humanity. Unlike the other Flayed who were fully assimilated, Billy maintains a significant piece of his original self. Eleven is able to reach this piece, amplifying his willpower enough to cause him to reject his possessor's influence and sacrifice himself, proving that possession by the Mind Flayer is not absolute. She doesn't fight the monster physically, she goes straight for the soul. Eleven dives into his mind, pushing through the Mind Flayer's toxic hatred until she finds a single, pure memory. Billy and his mother on a sunny beach, a vision of the humanity the monster had tried to smother. This single, devastating image acts like a psychic explosion, shattering the Mind Flayer's control and freeing Billy's true self for one heroic, final moment of self-sacrifice against the spider monster. Level 3, the Mind Flayer. Known as the ultimate entity of the Upside Down, commanding all of its creatures, Vecna's power is defined by its amorphous physical form and its powerful psychic abilities. In its true form, it is an enigmatic cloud of black smoke that can converge into a gigantic, spider-like creature. Its primary mode of attack is possession, where it uses its smoky form to enter a host, like Will Byers, to spy and influence the world. To grasp the chilling reality of this power, we must recall the story of Will Byers. The Flayer didn't just enter Will, it initiated a psychological horror that turned a beloved friend into a spy, a threat the group codenamed the Spy. You watch as Will suffers through the slow, agonizing corruption. He could still sense the Mind Flayer's presence, feeling the cold entity moving inside him, communicating the creature's sinister thoughts while locking Will's own consciousness into a dark, inaccessible corner of his mind. This wasn't simple mind control, it was an act of parasitic psychic slavery that threatened to wipe out his very identity. It exerts ultimate control over its possessed minions, the Flayed. Furthermore, the Flayer is capable of biokinesis, the ability to manipulate the bodies of those it possesses, as seen when it uses the Flayed to create hordes of possessed humans and eventually its massive spider monster avatar. Its major weakness is its dependence on the dimensional gate. When the gate is closed, the mental and physical connection to its host in the Upside Down is severed, reducing its physical manifestation in the human world to little more than piles of disembodied flesh. Level 2, Vecna. Formerly Henry Creel and 1, Vecna is a psychokinetic being whose powers served as the inspiration for the entire Hawkins Lab program. His raw power rivals Eleven's, and his technique is more insidious and lethal. His primary abilities include immense psychokinetic powers and the ability to alter the perceptions of those around him. He uses a psychological attack called Vecna's Curse, which seeks out troubled victims and exploits their past traumas. This leads to headaches and visions that mentally torture the victim with guilt and shame. In the final stage, Vecna uses his power to destroy the physical body, breaking bones and gouging out eyes. Each successful kill creates a new portal between the worlds, giving him an unprecedented, self-replicating power over reality. His transformation into Vecna in the Upside Down, where he connects with the Mind Flayer, suggests a powerful partnership, if not an outright union, making him a more effective and durable threat than the Mind Flayer alone. Unlike the Demogorgon, he is difficult to kill and possesses strong regenerative properties. Level 1, 11. She is consistently shown to be the most powerful character in Stranger Things. Her capabilities are extensive and wide-ranging, encompassing nearly every ability seen in her numbered predecessors and more. She has strong telekinetic abilities, telepathy, and remote viewing capabilities, which allow her to locate nearly anyone globally using sensory deprivation. Her powers are not just destructive, she is also capable of biokinesis, disintegrating the Demogorgon and physically stabilizing Max's body after Vecna's attack, and a profound form of mind control or influence. She demonstrated this by entering Billy's mind and using his memory of his mother to amplify his willpower, enabling him to fight back against the Mind Flayer's possession. Eleven's most crucial and powerful ability is portal manipulation. She is the one who originally created the gate between our reality and the Upside Down, and is the one who closed this dimensional portal in Season 2. Her ability to create and close these interdimensional tiers gives her control over the very fabric of the reality separating the two worlds. We must confront the devastating reality of her origin. Imagine the scene: a desperate, traumatized child pushing back against the most powerful evil she has ever faced, Henry Creel. She does not simply move him, she channels a psychic force so immense and so pure that the very air around them buckles in tears. Her eyes bleed, her scream is silent, and as the force slams one backward, it doesn't just hit the wall, it blasts through reality, creating a blinding, cosmic tear that sucks the screaming man into a hellish, embryonic dimension, a power she inadvertently demonstrated by sending one into the Upside Down and creating Vecna. She is the origin point and the only character proven capable of physically defeating and containing the highest level threats. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive.